This video takes us into the world of the Paranormal Chambers, a channel run by a daring couple who live for the thrill of exploring the unknown. Their next destination isn't just another stretch of woodland. It's one of England's most haunted forests. This is Cannock Chase, a place that's earned a pretty unsettling reputation. Locals have talked about figures wandering through the trees, and even these black-eyed children that just appear out of nowhere. Around the old war cemetery, things get even stranger. Some say you can feel the weight of history pressing down. Others swear they've seen soldiers fading in and out of sight. Cannock Chase isn't just another forest. There's something about it that sticks with you, even after you've left.
Hi guys, another day, another investigation, and today we are at Cannock Chase. Different area to the last investigations that we've done, so we're hoping that we catch something.
One day.
Eventually. Let me do it again.
Fuck me.
So, fingers crossed we will catch something today. Join us.
In the beginning, it felt like just another day of exploring, but the forest had other plans. A few moments later, something happened that none of them were ready for, and from that point on, the whole mood flipped.
Well, we're back in Cannock Chase. We're just having to do a bit of a detour. We've parked up and we started walking into the forest, and two people came out of the other side, and then for some reason they keep following us. So we just walked up one way and they walked up there and they were watching us, so we've waited for them to go off the other way, and we've come back down this way, and now we're just seeing if they do follow us or not, so we'll keep you posted. So anyway, welcome to tonight's investigation. Cannock Chase. Not quite started the way we were expecting, but I don't know if it's there now, can't see. No, I think we've given them the slip for now. Whoa.
That was strange, that, guys. That was strange, that was. What happened is we parked up, found somewhere where we can go, do a bit of investigating in, and as we started walking about 100 yards in, two people come walking out the brush, and they started going up, then decided to turn back and follow us, and they were literally on Sarah's shoulder. And then we walked off. We
went up like a little side bit, didn't we, to throw them off track to see if they followed us.
We went up a little path into the woodland,
well, like if they follow
and
us.
they came round following us, but then went up on the main track on the same route as us. We're just wondering whether it's because of the equipment we're carrying. Maybe they wanted it.
That's anything, isn't it?
They could feel it, that uneasy sense that something was moving behind them. Every time they stopped, the woods went silent. Every time they walked, it started again. At that point, they knew they had to find out for sure. Was it just their nerves, or was something actually stalking them through the trees?
All right, again. Right, here's another update. We are still being followed. We just seen them walking down the track behind us. They're probably about 200 yards up from the track. I don't know whether you can make that out, but there's the track up there, and they're just up round that corner. One of them just popped his head round the corner, so we're just stopped dead at the moment, just see what's happening, but it's looking like they are following us.
Tucked behind there, aren't they? Because
yeah, they're just round that bend.
When you looked and noticed them and they'd seen that they'd been seen, they like moved that way, didn't they, behind the bushes?
Yeah, we are going to stay here till it gets dark. At the moment, they are following us, so let's just keep on going, keep walking down. Because if we keep stopping and watching them, they're going to think, well, hang on a minute.
Do that where it's pointed behind us, so we might be able to see on the... It's tiny though, isn't it, on the GoPro?
What do you reckon? Should we just sort of duck in somewhere? And...
What about up here? Should we try to go up there then?
Yeah, come on.
We'll sort of track
what we're going to
back.
do, guys, we're going to go up here, look, there's a little side track.
I say if we track back and see if we can end up coming behind them.
I'm just going to see if there's any...
Can
you hear him? You hear him talking? Can you hear that?
Listen. very faint. And
Yeah, you can hear him talking.
They stood still for a while, scanning the trees, waiting for someone, anyone, to show. But the woods stayed empty. No footsteps, no movement, just silence. After a few tense minutes, they decided to change direction and head out another way. Nothing else happened, and they got out safely. But that encounter left a question hanging. Was someone really out there, or did the forest just mess with their heads? Forrest Galante has built his name by going places most people wouldn't dare to. He's a wildlife biologist, an adventurer, and the kind of guy who's always in his element, whether it's filming for TV or tracking rare animals around the world. But this time was different. In the Florida Everglades, something happened that even he couldn't prepare for. What started out like a normal shoot quickly turned into one of those moments that reminds you nature doesn't always play by the rules.
The rain started to roll in. There's a little bit of thunder in the distance, but you know, the weather's not that bad. It's Florida. It rains here. There's lightning and thunder all the time. And I'm like, all right, guys, we got one more thing we got to do. We literally actually turned the car around and had the car come back. And I was like, one more thing we got to do, and that is to do a product review, like an honest gear review of the Garmin watch and the Garmin InReach Mini 2, because I love this stuff and we need it. Safety is paramount. And I'm saying this to Mitch, and Mitch is like, I don't think so, man. Like, that thunder's pretty serious. You know, Mitch lives here in Florida. I don't. I live in Southern California where we never have rain. And I say to Mitch, I'm like, we got to do this one thing. He's like, I don't think we should, man. That thunder, the rain's pretty serious. I'm like, shut up, Mitch. We're fine. Like always, which is our dynamic. And I'm like, shut up, Mitch. We're fine.
Mitch knew exactly what he was trying to stay away from. And let's be honest, we all know what's about to happen next. Still, the way it unfolds is something you'll want to see for yourself.
All right, so honest gear review time. When I'm out here in a place like this, in a remote swamp where the thunder's cracking off and there's alligators cruising around, there's a couple things that I absolutely cannot live without. One of those is a GPS. Doesn't matter where you go in the world, you should always have a GPS, and I used to carry a big, bulky handheld one, and I got hit. I felt it, yeah. I got hit. That hurt. Yeah, it just hurt.
Shit, really?
Yeah.
That has to be one of the wildest ways to review a product. Out of nowhere, lightning hits the water right behind him, close enough to make the whole thing look unreal, and he explains that his legs and lower body were still sore after some time passed. He got insanely lucky, and honestly, it's a miracle he walked away from it. I don't really have an explanation for why it struck that close, but honestly, it doesn't even matter. What matters is that he's okay, and that could have easily gone the other way. This next clip comes from a channel called Cycle Social. The guy behind it was out on the river that day, enjoying a quiet fishing trip from his kayak. Everything was normal, calm water, steady paddling, nothing out of the ordinary. But the moment he drifted under a bridge, things changed. Out of nowhere, he heard a sound that froze him in place. It wasn't something you'd expect to hear out there, not in the middle of the river.
Those birds freaked out. What the hell is that noise? I'm going over there. I don't know if the stream is working or not yet, but I need to hear whatever the hell is happening over there. Hey, do y'all hear that screaming? Is that something I should be like worried about?
Yeah, there's people under there.
I think my day is about to be ruined. Ugh. Are you okay? Well, I didn't hear any screams for help back.
The second he shouted out, asking if anyone needed help, the screaming cut off instantly. No sound, no splash, nothing. Just a heavy silence hanging over the water. It was unsettling, and he couldn't just ignore it. So he did the only thing that made sense, grabbed his phone and called for help, trying to explain what had just happened in the middle of that quiet river.
No one called out when I asked if they were okay. Hopefully they're just having a bad trip or something. I thought it was like a bobcat or something at first. I don't know if I should call the... You think I should call the police?
It sounded like somebody was yelling.
Yeah, I'll probably call them and just tell them someone's screaming under the bridge. I mean...
I don't know where they're going to enter. If it's going to be on the south side of the bridge.
It's on the south side?
I mean, to get to it, to be easy for them to get there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna call. I'm not going up there. But if someone needs help. Hey, those were screams of pain.
Yeah.
Rough stuff out there.
Yeah.
Like, not that rough.
I get maybe under the bridge it gets rough. I don't know. I'm just gonna call it in and leave. It was even crazier last night. I was leaving and a bunch of drunk teens were riding on top of a car. They stopped at a stop sign and they were still on the car. They took off and all their friends got dumped into the road and the guy that was driving them just left. I ended up having to give them a ride back to San Marcos because they were just some crazy, crazy people out here.
After waiting a bit, he couldn't shake the feeling that someone might really be in trouble. So he pulled himself together, pushed past the nerves, and started heading in that direction to see what was going on.
I told you. The hardest way up.
Whoa! Hello? Hello?
Is anyone up here?
When he finally reached the area, there wasn't much to see, just what looked like an old camp, maybe where someone had been staying. But whoever it was, they were long gone. That's what makes this so weird. The scream stopped the instant he yelled, and no one was ever found. Could it have been an attack that got cut short? Or maybe someone panicked and ran when they realized they'd been heard? The creator later mentioned that the sound came from directly under the bridge, and that it was way louder in person than what we hear on camera. Knowing that, it's hard not to think about what might have really been happening. The voice sounded like a woman, and hopefully, that wasn't someone actually in danger that day. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Beast Runners is known for his hiking videos that explore the trails and mountains of Taiwan. But his next trip to Guguan wasn't about adventure. It was about finding someone who disappeared. A hiker had gone missing in the area nearly 5 days earlier. There were no water sources on the route, and with each passing day, the chances of survival were shrinking. Beast Runners gathered what little information he could. CCTV footage showed the man entering the trail that morning, and an Instagram post time-stamped at 8 a.m. confirmed the location. With that, he set out to follow the same path, hoping to uncover what might have happened out there. For most of the video, he moves quietly through dense forest, following the same narrow trail the missing hiker once took. There's nothing unusual. No footprints, no clothing, no clues at all. Just the steady sound of his footsteps and the growing sense that the forest isn't giving up any answers. After quite some time of walking, Beast Runners came across a narrow creek cutting through the forest. He figured it might be a good place to stop, maybe even the spot where the missing hiker had tried to rest or find water.
Wow. Jerry!
In the end, the search took a heartbreaking turn. Down by the creek, Beast Runners came across the missing hiker, lifeless. He did what he could to protect the scene, anchoring the body so the current wouldn't pull it away, and starting a fire in hopes rescuers would see the smoke. He sent the location to authorities, but night was closing in fast. The recovery had to wait until the next morning, when a rescue team finally arrived to bring the man back to his family. It was a grim outcome, but one that brought the closure his loved ones needed. Seeing something like that stays with you. And if I can say one thing to everyone watching, it's this: please don't take safety lightly. Always tell someone where you're going. Bring more water than you think you'll need. Carry a whistle, a light, and a way to contact help. Nature doesn't forgive carelessness. It's beautiful, yes, but it can turn on you in a moment. So protect yourselves out there. Come back home safe. There's always someone waiting for you. This next clip comes from Urbex Hill, a channel run by Chris, one of those explorers who doesn't fake reactions or stage scares. When he investigates an abandoned place, you can tell it's the real deal. This time, he heads into a spot with a name that says it all: Helltown. The place has been wrapped in creepy rumors for years, drawing in people who want to see if the stories are true. The video starts with Chris riding his bike into the woods, crossing the old Everett Bridge. Past that point, things start to feel off. The deeper he goes, the more it feels like he's crossing into something he shouldn't.
Everett Covered Bridge. I guess it's the bridge they're always talking about. That's where I'm headed to right now to find.
After a while, he came across an old, rotting barn, the kind that looks like it's been standing just a little too long.
It's the barn of Helltown. shack back here.
As he explored the barn, his equipment started messing up. The sound would drop out for a few moments, then come back like nothing happened. He tried to keep going, but then something happened that no technical issue could explain.
I'm surprised this barn is still standing despite how old it is. What the hell is that? What the fuck? What the fuck is that?
Right as those strange noises started up, the camera died. The battery went from full to 0 in seconds. Chris swapped it out fast, and instead of backing off, started moving toward the sound. With every step, that uneasy feeling grew stronger. It felt like someone, or something, was keeping pace with him just out of sight.
I keep hearing something. It sounds like it's following me. Keep hearing something.
He keeps pushing forward until he reaches an open patch covered in tall grass. The path ahead looks empty, but then, out of nowhere, he spots something moving in the distance.
What is that? Something's over there. I can hear it. Stuff is like quicksand. Gotta be careful. Where the hell does this lead to? I don't even think this is a trail anymore. I want to get lost out here.
And this is exactly why Urbex Hill has such a loyal following. Even when something extremely disturbing showed up, Chris didn't back down. He kept going, steady and focused. Most people would have been out of there in seconds. But that leaves one big question. What did he actually see out there? Was it the source of those strange sounds? Something unnatural? Or just a wild animal that happened to be in the wrong place? No one's ever been able to say for sure. But maybe you've got an idea. If you do, drop it in the comments and help us solve this mystery. That's all for today. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Don't forget to leave a comment with your favorite encounter. And as always, thanks for watching and stay safe out there.